And how are you all today? I'm doing fine, thanks. Alright, keep in mind, I've had this for a whole day. A whole day. Can you really review something, talk about it after a day? No, so we're just gonna talk about it. Not really a review. We're just gonna talk about it. What are we talking about? We're gonna talk about the Eclyp. Yeah, you can use it on your mech mod. It kind of will come in handy. You know, I like to ride the bike. Wouldn't that be nice? Dude, it's already there. I can just stop at a stoplight, wave it up a little bit. It's all good. Now, handy. Why is it handy? You know what? On a mech mod, it comes in twice as handy. Now you can hang it from whatever, belt loop, pocket, whatnot. Alright? So if it's not in your pocket, you kind of have the option not to lock your device because it's not going to push down on anything unless you're bending down and doing all sorts of weird stuff. Then lock it anyhow. But on with the show. Now, you can place your thumb up there, right? And I always pinky fire my Nemi. So this makes it extremely easy. Isn't that nice? Yeah, it looks like I'm pushing it with my thumb, but I'm not. I'm pushing my pinky. But instead of just trying to grab a hold of this tube, which is just weird after not using it for so long, this kind of handy. A little leverage. And my pinky doesn't feel as stressed out doing it like that either. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I do like its form factor on a box. However, for the box, nice drip tip, buddy. You know, on a SIG, it's off to the side, which kind of makes it hang a little wonky because of the weight distribution there. On something such as a homemade box, or a billet box, or something of that nature with 510 in the center, it's very nice. It is very nice. Right in the center, it's beautiful. I think my batteries are dying. That happens when you vape stuff. Your batteries die. It even does just fine on my iStick. So these are the 22 millimeter ones. There is they have an assortment of Eclyp stuff. All right, we'll just speak on it a little bit. 22 millimeter come in a whole bunch of different sizes. They have 18.5s for your smaller things. The Eclyp is even small. Well, that's 22, but it's rubber. It's got a rubber sleeve that goes over everything. Okay, a little different. Doesn't quite clip on. They have handbags, which are called the vape clutch. You can put stuff in. 30 mil ones for your 26650 devices. They have juice clips that slide underneath here, and you have a little climber's hook that's attached to it. You can hook it to your belt loop. Now you don't need your juice in your pocket. They also sell the 510 adapters that they use and the rubber gromming. What do you get? Well, let's show you a picture here. You see that? Assembly instructions. And do not leave in hot vehicle. Alright? Because I guess if they reach over 100 and some degrees, they may warp. Install the adapter and adjust center pin until it fires. Install with clip and washers. Tighten until it addy fires. Enjoy. Okay? Comes in a nice little baggie. Well, what do you got? What do you got? Let's go with the purple one here. Addy off? Well, now you're left. It does kind of sit on there. Kinda. But you're basically taking this stuff off every time, too. If you took something like a Veritube 510 connection something that, give me a second to get this off of here. It's not like it's grippy, it's super smooth. See, I'm just unscrewing the 510 to 510 adapter. And what does this do? What is this little 510 to 510? Well, it brings up a space, right? So you can put your washer on there. Wow. So you can slide your Eclyp itself on there, right? I would like this to all be not necessarily one part, but this 510 to 510, if it was more like a 510 to 510 with a big old flat piece on the top. So once I slid all of this in place, like so, the flatness of that connector would be on top, and this would just stay. This would just stay, and I could just flip my addies without it worrying about this just coming off. Now I gotta pick those back up and put them back on. You know what I'm saying? If it was a nice big flat topped 22 mil, this is for 22 mil. So if you took one of these 22 mils and had it just slightly longer, you know, 510 to 510, beautiful. That would be great. That would be great in my book. You can just buy like 5, 6 different Eclyps for your different devices, and they just stay on that device all the time. There's no worry about them just falling off while you're fiddling with your stuff. Because you do have to have your 510 to 510 connector now, like so. Ooh. And your rubber grommet. I like the rubber grommet on the bottom. I do. Does it show it any other way? No, it doesn't show it any other way. You can flip it around. You can. Probably not totally recommended that way, but then it brings your clip nice and farther down, which is kind of nice. But I like it on top, so we're going to put it on top. That's the suggested way anyhow, right? Now, the 510 to 510, it says adjust it. I do have an addy that I can't use the Eclyp with. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, we got to pull the 510 to 510 back up. Oh Lord, that's what we do. We forget things as we're doing things. So, now, we'll pull this out. I could probably pan down a little bit. You don't really need to see my mug all the time. But, the 510 to 510, it's not spring-loaded, anything fancy like that. Alright, there's the bottom. You see the bottom? Just a nice pin in there. And then you see a rubber grommet. It's kind of set up like the bottom of any of your Atlantis coil heads, your sub-tank coil heads, your pro-tank coil heads. It's kind of set up that way. So if you have a long center pin, sorry, I'm losing myself. If you have a long center pin on a device, such as I do, I have a long center pin on my big old sub-tank because I monkeyed with it. Let's see here. And you'll notice it starts popping out. I can't hold it tight enough though. But it starts popping out. Let me see. Maybe we can hold this steady enough, huh? See? That's its adjustment, really. That's really its adjustment. And then, of course, I'm going to have to push it back in. So you see, it's kind of jutted out there. Now, I don't know. not really an adjustment. It's a floating pin in there, and it's not a very long pin. If I would have went any farther than that, it would have came out. So, just, but my only recommendation really for this is to make this 510 to 510 out of something like a Very tube or something, so it's nice and big and fits over everything. You still be using, you know, the rubber grommet for that fitment and adjustability, if you want to call it that. But that's how I see it. That's how I see it. I'll put this back on the SIG because it's just how I'm rocking it right now. It only takes a second, but you see, I gotta hold this now. Where if that 510 to 510 was part of it, I would have been putting these on and then putting that 510 over the top. And then I could just addy on, addy off. I'd never have to touch this again. It would be great. That would be great. Work on that. Thank you. Fly. The Eclyp does. It holds up really nice. It holds up really nice. Goes on your pocket. It swings around. It's all good. See? It is, the ones I have this texture to them on the outside, but they're smooth on the inside. I don't know if you'd want, I don't know, the texture on the outside is fine for me. If you really want it smooth, I mean, it's buttery, silky, smooth on the inside. And if it was textured on the inside as well as the outside, wouldn't it grip your pocket better? Wouldn't it? Just a thought. It does make my Nemesis really handy to use again without pinky fatigue. You know, because I don't Cali claw things. But even if you did, you could rest the Eclyp right there in your thumb wedge. Let's call it a thumb wedge. Sure, why not? And you could Cali claw it really easy. I mean, it does add a little bit of leverage to a tube, so that's kind of nice. Eclyp, thank you very much. I did order these. I believe they are 10 bucks. The Eclyps themselves are 10 bucks, and you basically get what I've shown. You get the clip, you get the rubber grommet, and you get the 510 to 510. There's a variety of colors to choose from. Let me just check and make sure I'm right on the $10. Alright, $10. I believe it was in the US, $2.99 to ship. I think it's something like $5 for Canada to ship. But the Eclyp, it is handy. I mean, it's handy. It brings life back a little bit to my Nemesis. I might actually enjoy using my Nemesis until the battery dies. And when it comes time to change it out, maybe I actually will just change it out and put this one on the charger, because it is kind of handy to use. And dryer's done. That's what I got for you. I'll throw Eclyp's links down there in the bottom, so you can go check them out. A variety of colors. It will fit a variety of different mods, boxes, tubes. What I don't see, which might be really good, is an Ego one or something. You know, you could have the little Ego in your pocket clipped. That'd be nice. They have something called the VC1, and it is a pen style, so I guess they do have it. It's not the plastic type like this. It's more of a metal pen clip one that goes under your 510 or in between your 510 connection there. You know where the beauty ring is on an Ego when you put a Pro Tank or something like that on there? Yeah, down underneath there. Underneath that beauty ring that goes in there. So they do have one. So I'm wrong sometimes, right? And those are $4. $4 for a little clip. That doesn't seem too bad. That's all I got for you, man. Eclyp, thanks again. You all have fun now, because I know I will.